Hi, I'm Pox.
Couch guy.
And I'm raggable if he switched to me in time.
I did. I switched to you in time, and you switched to the right channel of YouTube-ish Mevio place where you're watching this show.
Wherever you're watching this on the webosphere.
Because we've got a great show for you tonight.
This is a continuation of our FreeNAS build.
Yeah, so
FreeNAS build Mark 2.
We normally show you in the show how to make your electronics better, and this time we're building a open source
Storage
device that sits on your network that's redundant and safe and
accessible by all the hosts or clients on your
and massively
network.
Huge.
And so,
in terms of storage.
On the previous episode,
nice addendum there, Pox.
On previous episode, we went through the items I'm using in this, where we had the computer, the drive chassis, and the drives and things like that. So this time, I'm actually going to show you how I put it together, and the installation. So we'll make it short and sweet.
Cut to the chase.
Cut to video. All right, so I have all my parts here. I've got my hard drive, I've got my installation disk, I've got my thumb drive, and the eSATA card that we talked about in the previous episode. And I've also got my desktop computer that I'm going to be using to control it all. You see I've got my 3 2-terabyte drives, I've got a 1.5 terabyte drive, and a 1 terabyte drive, and they all just kind of sit inside this SATA chassis. Just install them according to the manufacturer's instructions is probably the best way to describe it. All 5 drives go in, and that's pretty much it for once you've got the chassis. Chassis is pretty straightforward. The computer, I had to install the SATA card, so pretty much everything else in your computer comes out, with the exception of RAM. You have no hard drives inside there. You don't have to have the CD-ROM, but I kept the CD-ROM. Thumb drive goes to the back where it can stay secure. Installation disk goes in, and we go into your BIOS and actually change your boot order to make sure that you have the USB drive.
That's just a 2 gig drive, right?
It is just a 2 gig drive, and that needs to be at least second, if not first, inside the boot order. So we reboot with the CD installation in. You see all my drives that I just installed active, which is good, involved. It means everything is talking correctly to the BIOS. And then you want to click Install Upgrade Flash Device FreeNAS. And then you're going to scroll down when you see all the drives to your flash device and hit Enter. And from there, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to do this? Because we want to double check that you're not an idiot. And you say yes. And then it goes. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to do it in hyperspeed. So at this point, we've got all the drives are inside the system. It's actually installing directly to the USB device. Originally, when I did this, I used an 8 gig, but I found out that it's creating 2 partitions on the drive, each about just under a gigabyte. I think it was like 850 megabytes or something like that. So once it's all done, you'll say yes, thank you, reboot, remove the CD-ROM, and you'll scroll down and say reboot, goodbye. And it'll click away and say boop.
Can you hit number 3?
I hit number 3, yeah. And it should restart, and then as soon as it restarts, it'll boot a little bit differently. You'll see it actually boot from the USB device. It's just going to do this parameter check, which I think really only happens the first time, because I haven't, on reboots, I haven't seen it quite do as intensive boot sequence since. Once you're into that, it's going to pop with this console setup, and that's actually going to be all that this login monitor is ever going to show. And all we're really interested in is in the IP address that FreeNAS is showing up on. Once you have that IP address, you're ready to go. And we're going to go into that configuration menu in the next video. But setting up and installing your FreeNAS on your computer is really actually considerably easy.
Yeah,
especially if you've done any sort of Linux or any other setup before. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, that you can do this from a boot disk thumb drive. You can do this, a couple different ways. I use a CD just because it was easy.
Yeah, and if you've got a machine, you can use an external CD drive, right?
And I just downloaded the newest version of FreeNAS from the FreeNAS.org website. So the next video we'll do the configuration, and I'll show you how to share some make backups on your network for Windows.
Yeah, so just subscribe to the channel and we'll get it delivered to you automatically when it comes out, the next episode, or you can visit us at twosmartguys.com.
So, until next time. Someone in the background.
Are you okay, Raggable?
What?
Raggable's keeping
Where?
the chat.
When? I was supposed to say something?
I don't know, you didn't say anything.
Because I couldn't say anything.
All right, this next time you'll be able to see, so it won't be a big deal.
Oh, okay. Well, didn't you hear us end the segment?
No, but let me add in a comment real quick. You mentioned that you'd actually put in a external or a PCI eSATA card. I just wanted to see, point out to the viewers what the compatibility there is and if they have anything to worry about when they build a system like that.
There's a lot of the PCIe that I installed. I did some research and looked up, tried to find out what compatibility errors they had more than it was compatibility. More issue. If you find an issue, it's easier to try to troubleshoot an issue. Sometimes it is trying to find out which one's compatible. It's easier to find out which one's not. But on their website, they have a full list of compatible hardware, and you just look at their list of hardware and just kind of fact check with what you're buying. I picked one that was a newer card. It was compatible with my BIOS with the JBOD settings, which is what I need it to be. And it didn't show up any red flags on the FreeNAS website, and it had a great review on Newegg. So.
Okay, so just an FYI for anybody building a system with that in mind.
All right, so I just thought of a trivia if anybody has been paying attention, they want to get free stickers because we're ordering more stickers.
You actually have trivia now?
Yeah, we've been doing trivia. Haven't you been paying attention?
Can I play? No, but can I play?
Sure.
All right,
Identify.
I'm ready.
If you can look at the card that's in the video that Couch Guy has and identify what it is.
Actually, if you watch both videos, you'll have a hint on both sides, because I didn't really go into details of what the card was, but I have shown the card.
The eSATA
twice.
card. If you can email me,
Watch the last video too.
Pox at TwoSmartGuys with the answer and your address. I'll send you out a card, or I mean stickers. Little
If you want to cheat, if you want to cheat, watch the component video, because I actually show the card in that video too.
All right, see you guys.
This has been the Two Smart Guys production.